Sneaker Edition Part 2. If you missed Part 1, you might want to check that one out. Just a little overview of before we left on this big adventure that we are on for 5 to 6 months. We're in Europe. So I had to decide on only bringing a couple pair of shoes because of the weight, and the ability to travel around with several pair of sneakers just was not going to happen. So I had to narrow it down to 3 pairs. So now we are here in France for a couple of months. Unfortunately, I was only able to carry 2 pairs of shoes. So what I decided was that I would bring 2 pair of ones I wanted to bring that I was not going to be able to get over here, and that I would basically fly over to Europe without a pair of running shoes, and I could pick up a pair pretty quickly is what I decided. So first pair I got when I got to London, because I needed some running shoes, were these Terra Kiger Nikes. Nike Zooms. I really have enjoyed running in these. I've never ran in a trail shoe, which has a lot of like grip on the bottom. It's not really heavy, but a little bit heavier sometimes than a running shoe. A little bit wider balance for rocking, and I have thoroughly enjoyed running in the shoes, both on streets and kind of in gravel and parks and things like that. So this was one I picked up in London. It's been a great running shoe. It's going to get me a lot of miles. And now that I'm in France, kind of running in more hilly areas, these have been really, really a good find. Pair number 2. Pair number 2 was kind of always going to be coming with me. So these are the Redwing moccasins, American made. So I decided I had to bring a pair of nice, chunky, heavy work boots over here. Funny thing, in Paris, I wore these a good bit. I did not see one person wearing these shoes, so I'm apparently way out of fashion because people were kind of looking at me funny. But actually, they're kind of heavy, but wearing them around London and a whole day in Paris of just really walking, they weren't that bad on my feet. I mean, they were heavy, but I just think it was a good decision. And now that we're kind of out a little bit farther in southern France, kind of a little bit more rural area, nice little pair of boots. Go on a walk, get out here and maybe chop some wood or something. I don't know. So the next pair of, I kind of was able to think of one either for me, dunk or sneaker to bring. So I went with just the classic. Had to bring the Jordan 1. This is the Hyper Crimson, kind of just a gray and black leather, suede gray, pop of orange on the top. These shoes are a couple shades like darker than when they came over, just because the streets of London and Paris have been pretty rough on them. But I have to get them cleaned up when I get a chance. I love this shoe. It's just a classic Jordan, but it is horribly uncomfortable to do a whole day of walking around a city. And anyone out there that's worn Jordan 1s, you know that like they look great, but my gosh, if you put some miles on these, you will be feeling it in the morning. Glad I brought it, but definitely a little tough on the feet. So while in Paris, though, I know I was very limited. I kept walking past this shop near our house, a skateboard shop called Arrow and Beast. And just in the window were these, at the time of this shooting, these kind of dunk summer baseball colorways have come out. And this is the Mets version, of course. It's got like the gum on the bottom, which is a pretty cool touch. And these are just sitting in the shop window. They had my size. So after walking past about 5 times, I couldn't help myself. I had to go grab a pair. So originally the laces come in a gray, very similar to the color of the side. But I went and switched them out for the orange. They also have a blue version that goes with these. So overall, I was being in France, it's kind of been an interesting adventure to kind of see how sneakers are looked at. Is Nike a massive brand over here? And of course over here, Adidas is a big brand. Of course, New Balance is big over here. Nike is still massive, of course, but not seeing as many Dunks and Jordans as back in the States, but there's still a lot. One of the things that has been wild has been August of 2022 is when we were in Paris, and being able to walk into a Foot Locker or a Nike store and see like Dunks and Jordans just on the wall retail, tons of sizes. As of shooting this, The past couple weeks, the Jordan 1 taxis came out over here. You could walk in a store and just grab a pair. The PSG 5 lows are out. Again, going to any store. Different dunks are there. I saw some pandas sitting on the shelves. And I saw the UCLA colorway dunks just came out over here. Walked into Foot Locker, there they were, whatever size you want. So little kind of interesting to see how you can just walk into a sneaker shop, not resale shop, and just buy shoes at retail. And then also on the Nike app and the sneakers app over here, the in-stock stuff is pretty wild. I mean, the stealth ones that are coming out in America in a month, they're here in stock, whatever size. A couple different colorways and dunks. And then lastly, the Dunk High Customize is fully operational over here. Not the lows, but the highs. You can go pick whatever colorway you want. Kind of neat to play around on the app and pick and play with some different sizes. I haven't ordered any yet, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. So overall, that's part 2. We'll see how this evolves. I'm continuing to look for different sneakers and see how the sneakers drops over here work on the app versus at home. So more to come, but that's episode 2.